Change is inevitable, and indeed, it is very much part of being a human. Over the past few months, the world experienced a massive shift in a way of our life due to this unseen enemy called COVID-19. And as of today, January 17, 2021, our country, the Philippines, have reached 498,691 confirmed cases. Almost half of a million. 9,884 were listed for deaths. 460,133 were listed for total recoveries. The COVID-19 pandemic has led to a dramatic loss of human life worldwide, presents an unprecedented challenges of public health, world of works, food system, and of course, the world education system. According to UNESCO 2020, almost 75% of world's learner population has been impacted by school closure caused by this pandemic. This is a rough total of 91.3% of the total enrolled students in 188 countries all over the world. And here, in the Philippines educational system alone, this pandemic has drastically changed the education system and revealed the old and new challenges such as digital divide. From the initial data, around 6.9 million Filipino underprivileged learners have experienced unstable mobile and internet connections, while 6.8 million Filipino learners have no gadgets at all. While pandemic has laid bare in most educational system all around the world, Philippines institutions like DepEd and higher education institution implement and utilize new learning platforms such as modular, blended, and online learning. Higher education institution goes on through utilizing virtual classrooms or primary educational platforms such as Messenger, Facebook, YouTube, Edmodo, and Google Classroom to host the blended and distance learning. The COVID-19 pandemic has produced a new world full of challenges, dilemmas, and opportunities. It is up to us to adapt and transform the challenges and dilemmas to opportunities for growth and development for our nation and the global community. Digital technology has served people for educative purposes and formation of virtual social connections for the coexistence of human relationship amid the COVID-19 pandemic. This article presents the socio-educational implications of the newly formed virtual relations made possible through technology. It explores the use of emerging technologies and the effect of these technologies to fulfill the social and educational needs of the stakeholders in times of a crisis or emergency. The use of emerging technologies paved the way for the stakeholders to establish virtual relationships with the common goal to rid a quarantine boredom. The COVID-19 pandemic has been an impact of global education system. And as a third-year college student, to be an online learner is quite challenging for me. But with the help of social media platforms such as Messenger, Facebook, YouTube, and Google Classroom, online learning is possible and more accessible. However, sometimes, due to unstable internet and mobile connections, online discussions were interrupted. But no matter what this pandemic brings and no matter what challenges we might face along the way, as long as we have each other and as long as we have faith in God, we can make it through and no one should ever left behind.